Clover hunting. It's St. Patrick's Day. Let's look. 3 leaves so far. Here's where I have the batch of 3-leaf clovers. Well, they say 1 in 10,000 is where you find the 4-leaf. There's some giant ones back there. Some large ones. 3-leaf, 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 3-leaf. 3-leaf, 3-leaf. This is part of the tradition here. Just 3-leaf clovers, just looking for stuff. Bottom. Nope, I think we're just seeing 3-leaf clovers. Oh well, we tried. Tried as hard as we could. Preparing to turn organic social media. Organic social media is on. Yep. Has Amiah Miller, happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. Has Amiah ever worn the color green? This is a question that I pose myself because up until a week or two ago, I didn't think she ever wore green. But there are rare instances. Are there? Maybe? Let's find out. Well, before we find out, let's have some fun here. From the Britannica. St. Patrick's Day. It's the feast day of March 17th of St. Patrick, the patron saint of Ireland. Born in Roman Britain in the late 4th century, young Patrick was kidnapped at the age of 16 and taken to Ireland as a slave. He escaped but returned about 432 CE to convert the Irish to Christianity. By the time of his death on March 17, 461, he had established monasteries, churches, and schools. Many legends grew up around him. For example, that he drove the snakes away from Ireland and used the shamrock to explain the Holy Trinity. Ireland came to celebrate his day with religious services and feasts. It was immigrants, particularly to the United States, who transformed St. Patrick's Day into a largely secular holiday of revelry and celebration of things Irish. Cities with large numbers of Irish immigrants who often wielded political power staged the most extensive celebrations, which included elaborate parades. Boston held its first St. Patrick's Day parade in 1737, followed by New York City in 1762. Since 1962, Chicago has colored its river green to mark the holiday. Although blue was the color traditionally associated with St. Patrick, green is now commonly connected with the day. Irish and non-Irish alike commonly participate in the wearing of the green, sporting an item of green clothing or shamrock, the Irish national plant, in the lapel. From what I remember, also too, they're trying to distinguish themselves from the British. Britain, the United Kingdom would be red, so they would wear green or they wear blue. The green was like as a rebellion thing, as a revolt. I think it was like I'm thinking of Les Miserables right now, and I'm thinking of revolutionaries would wear blue to oppose the British. Corned beef and cabbage are associated with the holiday, and even beer can be dyed green to help celebrate the holiday. You can have a beer or any of these fine wines and spirits. Remember to be of proper drinking age and drink responsibly. Although some of these practices were eventually adopted by the Irish themselves, they did so largely for the benefit of tourists. So I thought I would have some fun here with the Miller name. I'm not 23andMe, so I'm not going to do this whole, I don't know your family tree. Maybe you're related to King Charles II. Maybe Amiah Miller is related to like John Adams, or maybe you're related to George Washington or Marie Antoinette. I don't know. You never know. You may want to check your family tree someday. Maybe you're related to Christopher Columbus or King Ferdinand. Who knows? You might. I mean, white people have like all this great like history of being related to really, really big, important people. But for right now, we're going to look at this. These are the entries here. The origin of last name Miller. Miller and Millar are surnames of English, German, Irish, or Scottish origin. Somewhere I read that I thought you were Irish. So if that might be true, who knows? So I'm just going to assume for now that you're Irish. Most beautiful Irish lady. History. As a name of Swiss-German origin, See two above. The surname Miller is characteristic of the American Mennonites, okay, and the Amish being one of the two most, I guess, important groups. I guess there's so much here. Times the Miller's surname originated from the Molindinar, a Scottish burn rivulet that still flows from under the streets of modern Glasgow. So there's Scottish, Irish, German, but it's an Irish holiday, so we'll just go with that. Um, Nationality, so it just goes in different ones. The English and Scottish primarily. So it's, you got Scottish, you got Irish. Family history. I'll take a look a little bit here. Family history. What do they have? Records. Okay, here we go. Occupational name for a miller. The standard modern vocabulary word represents the modern Middle English term miller, an ancient derivative of mill, M-I-L-L-E, or mill, reinforced by Old Norse milliner, in southern, western, and central England, millward, literally mill keeper. In southern, western, and central England, millward was this usual term. In North America, the surname Miller has absorbed many cognate surnames from other languages. For example, George Muller, Dutch Mulder and Molnar, French Meunier, Italian Molinaro, Spanish Molinero, Hungarian Molnar, see Molnar, Slovenian, Croatian, and Serbian Milnar, Polish Mlinars or Mlinarzik, Miller, including in the census below, in the seventh most frequent surname in the U.S., South German Swiss. So it's also found in other countries. So there's a lot of history here. Here is the family crest. Look at your family crest. Look at that. It's perfect. It's in yellow, a blonde color. Family crest download. You can get this. This is from the Coats of Arms, House of Names. So let's see if we can get anything more. The surnames began to be adopted in that area of Bavaria, Germany, in the 12th century. People were often identified by the work they did. Miller is an occupational name for a miller derived from the old millinari, Germanic. So let's see. Oh, look at the cup. You get a cup. Old German. The modern form of the name Mueller is documented early on in the Chronicles of Swabia, wherein the knight Conrad von Hussen is noted as having become known as Mueller for his ownership of a mill. Bierstein. Look at this. 1631. So from 1631 and then 1846, Miller history. So there's that. Miller spelling variations. There's all the variations. Notables. Heinrich Müller, 1631, was a German author. Let's see. Ritter von Nistorf. Okay. So there's a lot of different people. In the U.S., the name Miller is the seventh most popular surname with an estimated 1,054,488 people with that name. In Canada, the name Miller is ranked the 18th most popular surname with an estimated 63,000 people with that name. In Quebec, Canada, the name Miller is 512th. I think it's 512th popular, but that's just my feeling of it. Surname 49. So there's different rankings. Migration to the United States. Thousands of German settlers came to North America between the mid-17th and 20th century. So maybe you're German and Irish? I don't know. The hardships of the long voyage were balanced by the opportunity to escape poverty and religious persecution. So that was a hard thing that your relatives went through. The descendants of these settlers still populate the states of Pennsylvania, Texas, New York, Illinois, and California. Many also live in Ontario and the prairie provinces of Canada. An inquiry into the early roots of North American families has revealed a number of immigrants bearing the name Miller of a variant listed above. So there's different settlers. So there's all these different people. You got Joseph Miller, you got Richard Miller, you got all these different people arriving at different times on the ships. Just get away from the hardships of England. Settlers, there are all these different settlers, different people. Settlers in the 19th century, Canada, then there's you. There's different people. There's different people. So, New Zealand, they're traders, or traders, traders, like families. Yeah, there's so many different things here. So, in short, most of these people had, I guess for you, most people, they're not super remarkable. They were millers. They had a simple trade. You go to trade school and you learn a craft. You learn how to make shoes or basket weave or how to make glass for windows, how to be a glass blower, how to be a blacksmith, how to be a silversmith. Um, just some sort of occupation. Being a plumber, being an electrician, being a model. So Miller is not super remarkable. It's just it doesn't stand out. It's a common person, but has a trade. So it'd be interesting to see what your family tree would be about exactly. So maybe you'll have to look it up. Nature's oddities. Deep below a mountain near Naica, Mexico, miners are searching for fresh ore deposits in 2000 came across an unexpected and awesome sight. So they discovered this place. Look at this place. Massive milky white crystals towered around them, filling a horseshoe-shaped cave. Look at that. Ooh, this is real. This is a real place. Luminous beams of gypsum bigger than telephone poles, nearly 12 meters long and 1 meter wide, gleamed in the miners' lights, jutting in all directions out of the brown limestone walls, floors, and ceiling. Look at that. The Cave of Crystals, as it became named, is nestled 290 meters underground, topped by a mountain rich in lead, zinc, and silver. Since its discovery by the mining company Industrias Peñoles, the subterranean chamber has drawn researchers from around the world, enticing them both in rare beauty and scientific mystery. Oh my God, would you like to go there? In Mexico! Juan Manuel Garcia Ruiz, a crystallographer at the University of Granada, traveled all the way from Spain to see the crystals for himself. Garcia Ruiz had grown crystals in laboratory flasks since age 15. I used to like crystal growing for a little bit when I was 13, but I didn't get too much into it. So walking among the Naica crystals was for him the moment of a lifetime. When I entered the first time, after the first couple of minutes of stupor, I burst out laughing. I was euphoric, he says. So look at that. In the years since the crystal's discovery, researchers, including Garcia Ruiz, had braved the cave's oppressively hot and humid conditions to answer questions about the crystal's origin and growth. Now, almost 20 years later, having answered many of these questions, scientists are pivoting towards learning how to protect and preserve the crystals for future generations, if the forces at work in the mine and the mountain permit it. If people don't steal the fucking crystals, I mean, it's going to be a lot of hard work. I mean, after the debacle, that was the two aliens that were not real aliens, and the president backing that shit, making us look like jokes. I think this is a nice redemption arc for Mexico, don't you think? This is nice. Look at that. A couple more pictures in here. That one. Look at that. This is all a big old cave. And that one. Very green. We'll exit with that picture. Animal Corner. This is from Sobat Semestra. Check that out. They're doing their own laundry. Look at that. Just kicks it over to him. Look at that. Look at that. Look how talented they are. So that's, you can find them. I'll tag you. I'll tag you on this one. I'll let you know about this one. And look at those green eyes. So has Amiah Miller worn the color green? And I'll answer for that for you now. Let's count the ways. 1, 2. Yeah, this counts. 3, 4. Yeah, 5, 6, 7. There's a little bit of green here, pastels. 8, 9, 10, 11. Green hat, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, a little bit in 20, a little bit. 21, 22. Well, there are more pictures with her in the hat and from Planet of the Apes, but they were like, I just kind of wanted to kind of give it down to 22. I don't know. So there you go, 22 pictures of her in green. Fewer pictures of her just wearing completely green. There was another one, but I think it was more of a brownish color than green. Two more things before we close out. Here's a limerick I made. Amazing, most beautiful Irish girl, or most beautiful girl. Melting hair of gold links, eyes of pearl. In all the plastic dolls and all the digital queens, humbled before my heart to her twirl. So that's the limerick I made just for this Sunday, just for St. Patrick's Day. And it's belated, but I want to wish Austin Wilson, Amiah's brother, a happy birthday. 26. He struck me as somebody who a bit older. This is the MMA fight. This guy can take out Michael Bisping 10 times, I'm sure. But anyway, happy birthday. I did a link. I did a review for Conan the Barbarian, 1982. Not the new one, not the 2011 one, but the 1982 version. You got to watch that. Conan the Barbarian. I think Arnold could still wield that sword. He's got the Viking helmet. I don't know if he goes as fast as he used to, but anyway. Happy birthday. There's Amiah. I doff my hat to you.